my visual effects friends. In this demonstration, what I'm going to show you is how to use the sculpting tool. To get started, I'm going to create a sphere. I'm going to go over to Channel Box, go to Polysphere 1, make the radius 50, the subdivision axis 100, and the subdivision height 100. And the reason being, to make sculpting successful, you need to have as many subdivisions as possible to create a smooth transition. Very similar to working with clay. The more clay you have, the more smooth the clay sculpture will be. If I zoom out, I can see all my subdivisions. I'm going to go up to my sculpting tab, and I'm going to grab a hold of the sculpting tool, lift to surface. If I click on that, I can go in, and here's my brush to be able to go and start pulling out and sculpting my sphere. If I was making a little planet, this would be my way of making mountains or mountain faces. I can go over to my smoothing tool. I can smooth it out, and it kind of evens the transition between each of them. I hit B on my keyboard and hold it down, left click, and drag in either direction, left or right, and it will make my brush bigger or smaller. That way I can do some more finite work or do a bigger scope and smooth things out at bigger scale. There's an array of tools up here in the sculpting tab. Go ahead and play around with each one of them and sculpt your sphere or your tiny planet to how you want it to look with its geography. If you want to be more precise with your sculpting tools, you can go up to Mesh Tools, Sculpting Tools, and break off this menu and actually be precise by clicking on this, and you can be even more accurate with your size, how the strength is working, the strength of your sculpting tool. That's pretty intense. You can play around with the direction, how it floods, the symmetry, if it's working on the X or Y or Z symmetry, spacing, fall off. There's so many different things that you can do to tweak and play around with sculpting within your model. Each one of the tools are represented here, and you can play around and do amazing things with them. So have fun.